How is it going, guys? I thought today I will talk about relationship without her because she's not with me right now. She's at home. She's helping out one of my sister-in-law. Not one of my. I have only one sister-in-law. So she's helping her out. While I thought it'll be a good idea to sit down and have a chat on the things that how you can find a person like her, because that's one of the most important topic you might have thought. And today, since it's Sunday, I thought might as well let's work on it and start live. So let's see. So how are we doing, everyone? Okay, so I'll get started. So one of the things that it's very important for when you're looking to find someone, it's not necessarily means that you have to go out there and find someone like crazy. You have to find places where everyone hang out. um, I don't think that is the case, even though this could really help you to some extent. For example, meeting out in places where people hang out, whether that's Muslim community, non-Muslims, or anyone in general. Okay, so that's one. The second thing you have to what you could do is that be on the apps. Now, if someone who's like older, probably wouldn't recommend that to you to go on apps. And I do think to some extent that app could lead you to some other issues in your life rather than making things good. But it's really helpful for you to sit down and have a chat with yourself on the things that you really want. It could be from I want someone to cook for me to all the way that I want someone to be independent, like figure out her things on her own. Now, this more likely would work on the things that you're actually talking about. For example, if you're on a dating app like Tinder, not sure, like depends on which culture you're in. For Muslims, we don't go on Tinder because this is not the criteria we go after. For Muslims, there are apps like I don't know, like the Salams app or things of that nature. So that's very different in nature. So I think what you can do, the first thing would be to put yourself out there, whether that's the mosque, whether that's small community members, whether it's that, places that puts you out there and in front of the people that might be interested to talk to you or to get to know you. So that's one. Now, when you do that, the biggest problem you will face is going to be you'll be shy, you don't know what to do, you don't know who to talk, and things of that nature. So that's where you have to get used to the idea of apps and get the people out of the apps. For example, you're on a Salams app or a Muzz match, whatever. You start talking to them and get them like, hey, I'm interested in you and I like everything so far I've heard. I want to move out of app and see if this could be a good thing for us. And let's just say that if is the case and she agrees to go on outside of the app, then boom, this is where you should be like, okay, let's do a video call, let's do a social call. I don't know, just do a call that's outside of that app and have a chat with her. So that will kind of build a little bit of your confidence, and then you will know what you want in someone. For example, if you're talking to a girl, even though she comes out of app and she gives you her number and you start talking to her, it might not necessarily mean that she's interested in you, but it's a good thing for you as a man, because then you will have an idea of how to do the whole process and get to the stage where someone is actually talking to you. Shakila says hi. Hey Shakila, welcome back. So yeah, so when you do that, so now that you're on it, you ask for like, hey, I want to do like a quick video call just to know a little bit more about each other. At this point, it might be too early for her or him, but that's okay. You gotta take a shot and go on a video call. When you go on that video call, this is where you will start building the confidence and start knowing what are the things you actually like in someone else. Whether that's okay, so let's say they go on live and you don't like the looks, or you don't like how they handle the situation. It could be like, okay, when you go on a call, it could be like, hey, ask questions like, which is very deep. One of the questions that's really helpful to me has always been, okay, let's imagine we are sitting down like this in a year from now, and we are really happy about each other, and we are celebrating on that. What would that celebration could look like for you? And then you should take turns in answering this question, because what it does is two things. One, that it will put you in front of the person and kind of tells them that we're going to be together for a year, right? So kind of like a subconscious game sort of you're playing. And then second thing is also that they will tell you what are the things that you'll be celebrating with her. So that means it will tell you their priorities, like, okay, I want to be, for example, have a kid by then, right? It just a thought. I want to have a house by then. So it could be that, right? So then you will understand where their priorities lies, and what they're doing and what they're not, and what they're hoping to do in future a year from now. And if they say something like, oh, in a year from now I'm just hoping to, I don't know, graduate, then you can say that they might not be too interested to moving things forward a lot quicker, right? They might want to play it cool and see how things flows, which is completely fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the problem here is that if you're not looking for it, that's where it's going to be an issue. Does that make sense? Who's on the live? I see Shakaila. So yeah, so that's one thing you're gonna do. Go on the app, talk to a lot of people. For those you actually qualify to go outside of the app, take them outside and go through them. One thing that's really helpful with me is that when I go outside of the app, I always tell them, like, I'm talking to you and one other person on the app at the same time. So there's no emotional connections for one, so that you can look at the person for who it is or who she is, rather than looking at as in like, okay, I'm really emotionally invested. So this is, I think, what you should do, especially for the girls, because guys are great in, you know, changing things, like including me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, including me, the guys are great at manipulating outcomes the way they want it, right? So you want to make sure that that is taken care of. You know for sure that this guy or a girl is really interested in me, and for that you have to keep your emotions outside of it. Like if you're emotionally attached, then technically what will happen is that you'll have like a curtain on your eyes, and you'll not be able to see for who someone really is. And then you will start skipping red flags, you will start skipping, you know, all the things that could, you know, raise a little bit of concern. You'll be like, that's fine, I like him already, and then you're in that deep hole. Now that would sound very good and everything will be fine. The red flags would actually come up when you get into the relationship, whether that's sooner or later. But anyway, so do that. Go on the app, talk to a lot of people, understand what your need is, what your want is, and then get them outside, and then go on a call, go through the list of questions that you might have. And again, the questions shouldn't be like, what did you eat for the dinner, or what are you wearing, for example. That's, I don't think that would, these type of questions are good, but it'll just be a conversation, right? It's not going to give you an idea of who someone really is and what they're about and what their future looks like. So you want to ask the questions like I told you, right? Those questions. Other questions could be like, hey, what is that one thing you inspire to become in next year or 2 year? If you were to have kids, how would you see them raising, and why, right? How was your childhood? Do you have any trauma from your past? You know, these type of things that will actually move the needle in the relationship, getting to know each other. Okay, So let's just say you go on there. So when you're asking these questions, what's going to happen is that you're going to realize like this person answered this and I liked it. Now this person answered totally different, even though it pissed me off a little bit, but I agree with his concept. You know, there's going to be a lot of conversations like that that will make you wonder even if I'm on the right track. And that's fine. If you are not, that's okay. You can change your course. Okay, so you go through all the chat, you have talked to all the things are looking good. Now the next step is always going to be asking for the timeline, which is very very important. For example, if you're looking for a boyfriend girlfriend, or if you're getting into a relationship, that would be something you talk about, like, hey, I like what I see and I feel like we have a good potential. um, where do we proceed from here? And I would say the first thing would be to make it official, especially if you're a girl. If you're a guy, it's a little bit different, but if you make it official as a girl, it would put a limitation on the guy to not go out and still look for someone while they have sort of someone already, right? So making it official is very big. Now, speaking of Islam, for us there is no such thing. So for example, when we are talking to someone, our parents are already involved in it, right? If we are meeting with someone, most likely we are meeting in front of the parents. Like with my wife, when I was meeting her for the first time ever, I was in the presence of her, of course, my wife, and then her mom, dad, and brother, right? But I stayed with her for almost, not didn't stay in the same house, but I was sort of in the house for about 7 days. So from in the morning, I went to her home in Egypt, and then around 8 9 a.m. and I came back home around 10ish. So I spent good time in their house. So of course not everyone's gonna stay watching me all the time in the house, but the next best thing they did is that, okay, we're not gonna stay in front of you two guys all the time, but what we will do though, we will sit on a room next door, and then you guys will have a little bit more privacy and to have a conversation. So this is what happened for us. So basically every time I was talking to her, discussing, getting to know her, there was one person around me at all time. And then at the end of the fourth day, fifth day actually, we got engaged, and here we are. So asking those questions, and once the questions are everything is right, go into the stage where you're like, okay, where do we go from here? And making it official is going to be very helpful, because then first of all, both people will be like sort of cut off their mind. It's like, okay, I need to start looking for something. Not, I don't need to start looking for something anything like that. I need to just move on to the next chapter of my life, whether that's, okay, is this person is good enough for engagement, or is this person good enough to, be married with for the rest of my life? And if that's the case, then you will go to the next step that we'll talk. But I wanna see if someone has any questions before I move on to the next step. Why is there a green screen? So who's on the live? I want to know. There's one person. That's good. Someone is here. Looks like Shakila is here. Do you have any questions, concerns? I want to know what your thoughts are. I'm actually at the park. I don't know if you can see it. There's a baseball game happening. There's a team playing, and I thought I'll just watch and sort of relax. I don't have my wife with me, so she is at home, so I have the whole world to myself. I can do whatever I want. My world is my oyster, as they say. Anyways, nothing bad though. We're not talking about anything bad. We're talking about chilling out. Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay, well, I'm glad it makes sense. Okay, so let's move on. So we talked about to the stage we are actually um, meeting someone and having a chat with them and figuring out things further than we are at this point, which means like, okay, we agree that there's a potential and we just need to figure out next step. So in my opinion, I think the next step here would be I had a baseball game but we got eliminated. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where was the game? Maybe you're playing in the same ground. I can come say hi. Have you watched cricket by any chance? Or do you know cricket? It seemed very similar to cricket to me. Or I guess the cricket is very similar to baseball. Keaton? Keaton? Keaton. What is Keaton? Is that a city? Park? One thing I don't understand is, let's just say if someone hit a home run, right, and the ball goes into the court, why do they still run? Because if they, it should give you one run without Chatham. Chatham, I see. It should give you a run without running, but they still have to do like the whole four corners, three corners, 1, 2, 3, I think. So yeah, there's about looks like there's 3 teams that will be playing, and there's 2 different colors that's waiting. There's a total of 5 teams: orange, blues, greens, and yellows, and then there's red as well. Hello, hello, Job. Akshat, how's it going, Akshat? Where are you from, by the way? Seems like you're from India, or was from there. Okay, so let's get back to the stage of talking to someone who has a potential. Hell no. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Where are you from then? So yeah, so we are talking about how a guy, they have to run to the home plate. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so now that you are talking to a girl or a guy, or he or she, no no judgment here. Now if you end up going to the stage where like, okay, I'm talking to XYZ, and this XYZ is a great person, and I made it official, which means that their parents knows, my parents knows, to your bond to that one person, okay? Especially for a man, right? If especially for a girl actually, because the men tends to go out more than they should, including me, okay? I'm not any good. I have, the thing is, all guys have these tendencies to do what I'm saying, okay? I'm not going to get into explanation, but tendency to go out there more than what they have. But the one who is better than the other person is comes down to basically someone who is controlling their thought better than the other. That's technically what it is. We all have the same thoughts. We all have that getting more than we should thoughts, but it just depends on who is able to control their thoughts versus who is still on that sort of concept, or still struggling with those thoughts. So anyways, coming back to the point, so let's just say that you end up talking to that person, everything is good, you made it official. If you made it official, the next thing you have to think about is, where do we go from here, right? So main thing is either marriage or engagement. Now I'm guessing you're already considered as in a relationship, going into the next stage would be that, like, okay, should we do it or not, should we engage or not. Now, I'm not sure what the religion aspects are for you guys, but from my perspective, in Islam there is no such thing as dating, right? So we got engaged, so engagement is like big, so everyone knows on both sides. And then after that, for a month, 2 months, it could be up to a year or 10 years, doesn't really matter how long the engagement period is, but that point is like you're actually hanging out and figuring things out. And then after that, it's just married. Okay, there's no other possibilities in between. And when you're married for good. Like, the idea here is that you might, in Islam, what it is basically is that you might not know the other person in front of you that you want to get married, right? Because Islam, there's no dating, so you get to know it, talk to the family, and get married. These are the stages technically. So you might not know this person fully, and if that is the case, then based on Islamic rulings is that you will have to figure things out with the partner, right? Now, the concept of making it work is big in Islam, is because the thing is, I'll tell you what, I took a therapy course. I went to therapy, okay, before getting married with my wife, and I was talking to her only for a fact that I want to know if there is baggage that I carry, okay, and I'm not aware of, that I will take into the relationship, okay, that will not be fair to the person I'm hanging out with, okay. Oh, I'm a 90. Oh, and by the way, I'm a 9 years old boy. I see. Okay. Cool. Okay. So when you go in, so I went to therapy, right? I went to therapy and I did the whole thing with a marriage counselor, and I asked her that. She told me, like, the counselor told me that she dated her husband for 5 years, 5 to 6 years, depending on, she was saying, depending on if you want to count school or not, but she dated him 5 to 7 years. She said that you'll be amazed, when I actually got married to this man, okay, when I actually got married to this man, the person I found on the other side was a different person. It's like the whole 8 years or 7 years of relationship with him was gone to the waste. That person came out after marriage was a different person. It wasn't the same person that I was dating for 5 years. So imagine, you never know someone how they're gonna turn out to be. Even if you spend time, lives with them, the things will change and they will change, right? So then the question is, like, if you never know, does that mean you can never guarantee? And that is true. You cannot guarantee, and you have to be just okay with it. Like, you have to be trust the process and trust on yourself that no matter how hard things gonna get in my relationship, I'm gonna figure it out. It's not gonna be tough. What is therapy? So therapy is basically talking to someone who's more educated than you about the problems. For example, I say XYZ, I have a problem, I have a bad relationship with my father, right? So I go sit down with him and I explain this is the issue, and the therapist or the person on the other side will be like, okay, tell me why you have a bad relationship with your father. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain the whole story. My dad did this to me, right? And what the therapist's job is, basically, they're sort of like magicians, right? How they work is that they will literally change the past, literally. Now, what is past? Past is everything that you know of that has happened, that's only in your brain, okay? Because nothing in the past happened, it's not outside of you, it's always in your brain. So what the therapists do and how they do their magic is that they will ask you to tell me the whole story. You'll tell them the story. Now they're going to ask you questions. That question is going to be a little bit to a better side of the same story. Okay, for example, my father hates me, Okay, that's one thing. And hit me through, he threw a stone at me, and I started bleeding, right? That's a story. I have a trauma from that. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna be like, oh, this, so he threw a stone at you. He's saying, yeah, he threw the stone at you, and you'll tell the whole story, and it's like, and then they're gonna be like, maybe the stone wasn't that heavy, was it? And you're gonna think about it. It's like, no, it was heavy, and it hurt me, and things like that. And then they will stop the whole story. The next session you're gonna do that, they're gonna be like, okay, so that stone was actually very small. They will ask questions and make you believe that the stone was actually not that big, it was actually this big, right? So now the impact in your brain of your past is not going to be of this stone that's going to hurt you a lot. It's going to be this stone that's going to hurt you a lot less, right? And they're going to do this again and again, and at some point in time they're going to be like, oh, he didn't throw the stone at you, right? He was aiming for someone else, but it accidentally hit you, right? So slowly they'll get to the point where, like, you will tend to forgive your parents, you will forgive your dad, because forgiveness is not for someone else, right? It's for yourself personally. Yeah, so they basically talk to you about it, and they will change the story that you tell yourself about that incident, right? Like, for example, my dad hit me, so they're gonna change the whole scenario and make it about a little bit different, or make it easier in your brain to carry that, right? And because everything that you think is in your mind of the past, when you talk to the therapist and they change your mind, then the past that actually happened already literally change. It doesn't change in a factual books, but it would change for your memory. Like, no, he didn't actually hit me, it wasn't a big stone, it was a small one, blah blah blah. So that's really what it is. So they talk to you about it, make you kind of feel better about the situation, and then you can go about your day and your life, and hopefully be healed from that past and be better overall. Does that make sense? So I have two people here, and I see one like. You gotta hit the like button, guys, because it's a small channel, we're trying to grow, and I need your help. I really, so basically this whole YouTube thing is like a 1 year circle. Okay, so 1 year circle, which means like I have to hit for 1,000 followers in 1 year, 365 days, and then I have to have 4,000 watch hours of the people in 1 year, right? So if I don't do that in a 1 year, it's gonna reset, and then I have to redo this whole thing again for the watch time or whatever. So one, I need you to hit the like button, okay? That'd be the great thing. And then second, subscribe if you haven't done so, if you want to. So who else is here? Talk to me, people. I want to ask you a few questions. So Shakila is here. He is very good. He's talking. I had a job. Yeah. Who's Ankit? Not sure if he's still here. It's so weird. I can't see who's here and who's joining. I cannot say welcome. So where's my wife? You're probably asking this question. She is at home. She's helping my brother-in-law with the party, right? So we have a party segment. Someone hit a home run. Yay. So yeah, so basically to this week is my brother's turn to invite all the family member. So my sister went to there. My wife went to my sister-in-law to help her out, because there's actually a lot of people that'll be coming in today. So yeah, in the meantime I was working actually. So I'm currently doing skip. Like, I don't know if you can see this bag. You know what skip is? I don't think so, but Skip Delicious is basically like a Uber Eats delivery company. So since it's Sunday, I thought I will be working on some skip. I hit 29 home runs? You're joking me. 29? How? 29, that's like in a span of how many days? Are you talking about like one session, two sessions? Like season, I mean, not sessions. Or in general so far? Wow, these kids are good. In in session? Wow, that's crazy. 29. What grade are you in? You must be in 9. It would be 2. So, message retracted. Going to 4th, I see. Very cool. Very cool. Who else is here? It says you are the #1 fan of this channel or the live. Thanks, Shakila. Double tap the lives just so it can go up out there in the YouTube stuff. Okay, so tell me, Shakila, how did you end up being on the live or just the account? What was the first thing you saw about us? And what excited you to kind of, talk to us and stay in the live or the channel? The second home run, look. They're so excited. That's a picture right there. Right here. Miss. He missed it. He missed it. He missed it. So yeah, what is this happening? Okay, no problem. Okay, so I just got a message asking me to come take my ass home. I do have a 1 hour. We are so cool. Thank you, appreciate that. So ask me some things. Ask me questions. Ask me good ones. Ask me anything that you want to ask. I'll respond. As long as it's PG-13. We don't want to talk about bad things. Not in this life. Or any life. Maybe. I'm gonna start a poll, okay? Okay, I started a poll. Have you ever loved someone? Yes or no? So what's your day like? What are you doing? You're probably not in school right now. It's probably vacations for you. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. And number 5. Oh, that's a yes. Okay, tell me, what's the story? What happened? When I say loved, that's in past. So what happened now? Are you still in love? Did you grow out of love? What happened? No. So you did it. I want to see if I can get my wife to join. See if she's. You're still in love. Oh my god. So tell me, where is it? The school friend, or just someone you know? Someone, any of your neighbors? What's the plan? Tell me. I'm tired. 2 schools. 2 schools? Is that 2 lovers? Or through school, you mean? So, we were talking about, so where we're joined, we were talking about relationships, lovers, and if you have ever loved someone or not. By the way, Shakila, do you know Muslims at all in your school or surrounding, or is it just you're listening to this for the first time, like a Muslim couple? How to do what is this? Oh, my bad. So what I was thinking that we should do is to rate. Look at this background. This is the background we were just at, and then in the recent video that I posted, actually. Sweeter and Demoli. Who? I am getting a call. Give me 1 second. How do I receive this call? I'm not sure what's going on. I have to receive this call, but I'll so basically, other thing also, I just got a delivery, so let's go and do the delivery. What delivery means is that I got an order. I have to go to a restaurant and pick it up, so I'll take you guys along. I just need to see which. Sorry, I will have to sort of go back and forth because I have to check the order. I know where I'm going, so that's fine. Let me put a seatbelt on so we're safe.
Head west on 36th Street toward 45th Avenue.
I don't know if you can hear this.
In 100 meters, turn right on.
So I have to go to a restaurant, pick up the food, and then deliver it to the house. That's the whole job. It's the easiest thing ever. It's the easiest thing ever, and then it's a good side hustle while you're doing other things at the same time in your house or job or whatever. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not sure if you're working or not. Are you working somewhere? Summer school? Summer work? The one thing I really like about this job, it's not a job, but it's like a quick thing that will help you make money, is that you can literally go and do what you need to do without having the restriction of applying to get a job. You can literally get up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go make some few bucks extra today, and you'll get up and you'll do it, and boom, there we are. It's happening. You're making money. So I don't know if you guys do that. I mean, it's a pretty easy side hustle. You'll just have to pick up, like, which is also a problematic, right? Because if it's easy, that means everybody is doing it, and that means the value is not out there. So it's not that hard for me, but also it makes a few quick bucks. Summer school and one in Sweet Water. Oh, so you're in summer school. Very cool. Very nice. Where are you from? I don't think I remember, or I asked you this question. Like, which country are you from? Shakila. Shakila. Or maybe I did. Maybe I did. But I want to know which country are you from? Alabama. I see. I see. That's so cool. Alabama. I always want to visit there. I have visited quite a few countries, not gonna lie. I've done my fair share of traveling, almost 25 so far, or 24, can't remember exactly, but 25 and 24 countries I've visited for sure. I want to do like all the countries of the world, which is impossible right now, especially with the wife. Let's see, hopefully she would want to do that too, so I'm gonna take her all the places I can and go from there. So I'm at the restaurant, just gotta go pick up the order. It's being canceled?
Yeah, we just on the phone with her because we didn't have the order to make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't ask me to cancel. I'm still asking only the order I'm supposed to pick it up. It's being cancelled. So I'm not sure what's happening. I guess I wasted the trip. Is it being cancelled?
It's still there, but like we were on the phone with her, told we can't make it. Like I can't give you an order because we can't make it.
Right. So what does she want to do?
Well, we told her she said to cancel, but she ordered a latte again afterwards, but she hasn't done that.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Well, it looks like it's being cancelled. I have no idea what to do. I'm here, so well. It's actually 6:15. It's the time for me to go home, technically, so that I can go do my things, or just stop working because it's getting cancelled. I don't know why it's getting cancelled. I have a thing to tell you: is always follow your dreams, and you will make it. You'll make it. I promise. You're right. The thing is, when you say that you want to achieve something, you really have to believe it in yourself and trust the process and say it so many times that it becomes the reality. Like, you don't even have to think about it. It's in your mind. For example, I want to make $1,000 a day. This is something I'm working on right now, that I'm telling my brain that I want to make $1,000 a day, $1,000 a day, $1,000 a day, and then trying to figure out things that will go along with it. But it's been very hard because, again, you have to believe it so hard that you're actually making $1,000, okay, per day, and then you have to meet your actions to those thoughts, and inshallah you'll get there. So 100% I agree with you, Shikhala. Okay. So tell me, people, what's up? What is happening? What are we doing? Yeah, I'm not sure. This order, they're saying like it's being cancelled. They cannot make it. But on the other side, nobody's responding. Nobody's responding me from the support, and I need the support. In restaurant, just reach out. I'm just at home. Good stuff. What are you planning to do today, tomorrow? Any plans for summer school? Like, do you go to travel? Are you traveling anywhere? Are you traveling anywhere? Or thinking to travel this summer? Just at home. So tell me, any travel plans? If so, where are you traveling? Because we just came from travel. Tomorrow I have to go to summer school. Oh, that's nice. What are you gonna do in summer school? Is it like actual school? Like, are you gonna study, or is it just sort of games and stuff like that, like a camping thing? Because a lot of summer school here is about camping, going out in the woods, going to the wild, so things like that. I don't know if you can hear me properly. It's freezing a little bit. So who else is here? I know Shakaila is here. Who else is here? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you are here. Let's have a chat. Let's get this live going. There's a couple things I wanted to do on live, but I lost it. Okay, so since it's not happening anything in terms of order, I will be heading home and chat with you in the meantime. You seem pretty cool, and why not? If you're cool, let's have a chat. You can always join the live too, I think. I'm not sure if you can, but he said not quite. It's like you have to prepare for the grade and you have to, Okay, so it looks like it's more like a proper school. I feel like you should also go into some of these summer activities. Like, I'm guessing you're pretty good at baseball because you have done what, 29 home runs. That's not small. That's crazy big. So if you have done that, I think you should go more than that. Maybe there is something you can do when it comes to baseball. Maybe you can make it into a bigger teams. That's what I think. What else do you play? Just baseball? Oh, you're going to Kitpatch already? Oh, that's nice. Is that fun? Sounds pretty fun. I'm so hungry. The thing is that I'm so hungry I can literally eat a car. If the car was made out of something eatable, I'll eat it. I'm so hungry. That's why I'm going home. First, I'm going home, but I'm not gonna eat anything though. Because the food is not till like 7-ish. I have to go home, get ready for the party. Or a gathering, I guess. Not really a party, but gathering. Where all of our siblings will come together. We'll have good food. Play with the kids. That's exciting. and have a good time. So I'm going home right now. I think my wife is not home anyways, and then we'll go from there. I thought in the meantime I'll get few orders, I'll get to do some work, but no work right now. It's very slow, so I'm going home. What time is it in Alabama? I think it's probably late, around like 7, 8. Oh, it's 6:30 right now for us. Let's see what's going on here. They're asking me to. Anyways, it's 7:23, 7:24. Yeah, I see. It's exactly 6:24 here. So we are probably 1 hour behind. You're 1 hour ahead, which is a good thing. You're in the future. You can see, you will know what things 1 hour before I do. Isn't that great? You're in the future. Crazy. I want to be in the future, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm finally home. Parking, and then we'll go upstairs, find and see what my wife is doing, and check on things with her. Let me put this red bag away. It's big ass bag. Okay, so I'm back home. Going home. I'm gonna go shower, get ready, because I feel like I need a shower. I need a good, nice shower today. And then get ready for the party, and then come home, and we probably will do live. We'll do a live after we come from the party and hang out and talk to you guys. Tell your wife, say hi. Sure. Let me see if I can find her. You can tell her hi by yourself. But let's see if she's around. Princess. Doesn't look like she's here because she's at my brother's place. Oh, okay, I'm finally up. Let's see if she's here. If she's not here, then that's a problem. Ready? Hello? 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 She's not here. Guys, I don't know why, but this look. Isn't that crazy how beautiful this is? So my wife is not here, so unfortunately she cannot say hi. But as soon as, so we'll probably go live around like your 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Why is this doing this? So we will probably go live again later today, and if we do, we'll definitely have her on the live too. Right now she is the, oh my god, stop, don't move. Oh my god, I'm losing my shit. So, okay, are you guys here? What is my age? My age is 27. No, 28. Actually 29, never mind, 29. I'm 1999 born, so that's about 29. So I'm 29 years old. So pretty old. Let me tell you that. Pretty old. I'll be hitting 30. You know, when I was young, I was thinking to myself, by the time I hit 30, I want to retire. And right now, I don't think I'm even close to retiring. I probably need like good 5, 6 years more work to be able to think that. But I'm not at the retiring age right now. Okay, so let's see what I'm going to wear, because that's gonna be the biggest topic for me. I don't know if my wife, because she was saying that she is going to help me with my clothes, and she did. Look how cool this is. Why can't I flip this? I can't flip this, but look, she took out my clothing, okay? She put my clothing, she pressed my clothing and my pants, for me to, when I come back, I have something to wear right away, and I don't have to even press it. I don't even have to pick it, get it out of the closet. So this is telling me, man, tell me, can this be any better? No, right? Who would do this for significant other? But my wife did, and it's great. Yeah, I'm 20 years older than you. You're right. I'm only 20 years older than you. Not too much. It's only 20. Yeah, so you're pretty cool too, my man. It's the first time I'm talking to you properly one on one. I think you were there last time, but there were so many people, so we never really hang out together. But today is a lot less, so we get to talk to each other. That's great. Alabama, hey? It's good. Let me see how far I am from Alabama. I think I'm pretty far. So, what is the fun thing to do in Alabama? I want to know. So that when I travel, I'll do those things. Is there any, is it more natural or more like um, buildings and not so natural stuff? Waterfalls? Oh my god, I love waterfalls. In all my travels, when I was traveling, so I traveled when I was about 21, 22. I traveled to 25 countries. My favorite country has been so far Hungary, and then Ireland. These two Ireland is this basically Canada, okay, just with a different accent. Like when I went to Ireland, I was like, I feel like I'm home, because when I went to Europe, Europe is like very congested, small roads, small things. Like I don't know, like it's tough to even drive. Your cars even are actually a lot smaller than you will find in North America. But that just crazy. Fate Zero said hi. Hey Fate, how's it going? Nice name. So we have two votes of no, we have never loved. Oh, that's sad. So yeah, so when I travel, Hungary was the best one, not because it has anything special, but it was just so alive. Like it was so alive. Like people are on the road, there's actually public swimming pools, and there's a lot of public swimming pools literally on the main highway. So you can just go there, park your car, dip your feet in the water, or actually take a proper swim, and hang out. There's music playing, just a great vibe that country was. Good brother, how are you? I'm doing very well, man. Doing very well. Just hanging out with Shakaila here, having a good chat. You're welcome to join in. We talked about relationships, if you ever been in love or not, and how to think of it. We talked about baseball. We talked about work, and now we're talking about travels. How old are you, Faith, by the way? And where you from, actually? Maybe I can. Your home country could be actual the travel. Oh, you're 24. Well, nice to meet you, Faith. Where are you from? Somewhere close or somewhere too far? I've never seen. Hopefully not somewhere too far. I'm living in Germany, but I'm Moroccan. Oh, that's so cool. How did you get to Germany? Yeah, it is way far. Yeah. I went to Cologne, Brussels. Where else did I go? The Brussels in France. I went to Germany, Cologne, and I stayed for a good month. It was pretty fun. So, how did you get to Germany? Why Germany from Morocco? Morocco is one of the countries that I visited after visiting Jordan, and I did like a tour in Morocco. It took us to like all the Bedouin towns and things like that. It was so much fun, and Morocco is pretty nice a country. My father has been working here since a long time ago, so we moved. So when I was a kid, I see. So I'm sure then you speak pretty good German, hey? Dude, German just sounds like you're fighting the whole time. I don't know, to me. Is that true? Do you sounds like you're fighting the whole time? There is that big cathedral. It was actually under construction, or the part of it was under construction when I was there. So they didn't let us go inside. But yeah, it's basically your native language now. Basic makes sense. What about Moroccan? Do you know? I think Morocco speak French and Arabic. Do you know French or Arabic? In Marrakesh, there is like a big what you call it, like a big ground where everyone comes here. There's a lot of markets, smaller vendors, and it's just great. There's like a snake man sitting on the ground. They have their snakes out, and you can literally see the snakes, and they're like dancing in the middle of the freaking street, and you can go and see the performance and give them money. That was so cool. Frankfurt, yeah, I've actually been to Frankfurt. Frankfurt was pretty fun. I was there for only 2 days, 3 days, because it was a like it's very expensive place though. I don't know how you're living there. It was tough and expensive, and I didn't know French. Sorry, didn't know German. Only knew English a little bit, so it was pretty tough. Oh, you can't speak Arabic. Um, Moroccan Arabic. My wife is Egyptian, so I know a little bit of a Egyptian dialect. For example, in Tamil, which is basically "How are you?" in Egyptian Arabic, basically. KJ, have you traveled anywhere? Frankfurt, Spain, Munich, and Berlin are way more expensive. Yeah, I agree. Berlin is probably the most expensive place, I guess, because the tourist and everything must be. Where so you're living in Frankfurt, right? Yeah, Frankfurt is pretty good too, I'm guessing. So you're 24, so you must be in university, right? like University of Frankfurt, or just Chicago and New York? Chicago and New York. Chicago. I was in Chicago about 8 months ago. I had a deep dish pizza. Very good. But very fatty. Very fatty. And New York, yeah, New York is pretty fun too. About to graduate. Oh, that's exciting. Did you figure out your life yet? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna become? This is something very scary. Why? Because whenever you're a kid, like you're in the first grade, you're gonna go into the second grade. Then you're gonna go to 8, 9, 10th, 11, 12th, and then college or university. And then when you get into university, there's gonna be the first year, second year, third year. So almost every time you have been through so far, your path has been calculated and given to you. Okay? But when you graduate, provided that you're not going to do the further studies and you just want to work, but when you graduate, it's going to be like plain walk from your grade 1 to like fourth year of university. Right after that spot, there's a big ditch, a big freaking ditch. You don't know what you're gonna find there, and you don't know if you should take the next step or not, because that's very scary. Now once you graduate, you're gonna be on your own. Things like who you gonna find to marry, things like what are you gonna do for a living, how you gonna make money, what your next step's gonna be. Like there's so many things to think about, so many things. Like it's crazy how much pressure you get right after you get graduate. Yeah, so the amount of uncertainties right now can be depressing sometimes, and only people have it. You got it, man. You get it. But the thing is, what you have to think, as someone who's going to graduate, and um, KJ, it's also good for you to understand as well. Like you have to take a leap of faith, right? I'm not sure what your degree is in, but whatever it is, don't limit yourself to that specific degree, because when you actually go out in the workforce, you will realize that that degree is actually not as useful as I thought. It's not because you made a wrong decision, it's because the world has been moving it too fast that you might think, for example, doing a degree in marketing would be easy, but then world changed so much. There's AI now, the things have changed. Yeah, so I've studied kinesiology, which is basically study of human body movements, which is basically a pre-medical um, degree. I wanted to go into medicine, but when, like I said, when I got into the field, when I saw things, then I realized, like, you know what, this is probably not something I want to do. And that's what it shredded me to pieces, because now the issue is not just that can I do this or not. The issue is, if I move from my path, I have to start the whole cycle again. Like go to the college and then pass all these courses just to get a degree. But the good thing is, in this day and age, you don't need degree for everything. You just figure out things on your own, and you don't need degree. Trust me. Like you need skills. What's your degree, Fate? What's your degree in? I want to know. Are you a business? You're from Morocco. Let me guess. You're probably doing something in, oh, engineering. Dang, you're a smart man. You must be a smart man. Mix of engineering and business. Very cool. Yeah, engineering kids are pretty smart. It's also very tough to get these degrees, and especially if you're in like reputable colleges like University of Frankfurt and stuff. Dang. What are your plans? Like, I'm sure you're 24, so that means your family is probably thinking of you to get married sometime soon. Or is there any pressure at all on you? Because this channel we talk, this channel I made it with my wife. I actually had it a long time ago, but I wasn't posting. But then when I got married, I was like, okay, let me share my experience of getting married with the Egyptian person and share everyone what the life looks like as a married couple. So speaking of that, do you have someone in mind yet, or you're thinking about it, or you haven't told your parents yet? It's okay. We're not gonna judge here. Shakila is pretty good. Will not judge. No pressure at all regarding marriage. It is common for Moroccan men to marry in the 30s. Oh, okay. Okay, well, 30s are not too far. You have about 6 years. So in that 6 years, you have to figure out your life. Wow, that's a big deal. But trust me, if I don't know what you think of marriage, I would say getting married early is probably gonna be the better option. Nobody in the mind, maybe a cousin here and there. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know about the cousin. If you have cousin and they're actually, I you know what? When I was in the courting stage, when I was talking to some of the girls, I did talk to a lot of Moroccan girls, um, mainly because I knew a little bit of culture. I visited the country, and they were great. There were one Moroccan I actually talked for a good week, and then we parted our ways. And again, everything is halal. And she was a great singer. Trust me, her voice was so good. Like if I were to marry her, I'd ask her to sing for me every day, literally every day. So yeah, if you're thinking, I feel like now that you're in 24, you once as soon as you graduate, which is you're probably gonna be graduating this next year. So as soon as you graduate, you start looking into the person you want to get married. Okay, because the person you got want to get married is not gonna come like the next day. You actually have to work, and that work will take you 2 years, 3 years, or even a year, right? But you actively have to work on yourself, like if you're a Muslim or not. That's one religion side, and then you go into sports and things like that. I want to go to college and play football and be a YouTuber. Wow. You should be a YouTuber. I feel like you can start from now. Trust me, if you start right now, like right this moment, just open the camera and go on live. Look at me. I'm literally in my bed right now. Okay? Bed. In like the dirtiest clothing. Don't know what I'm doing. I'm still on the live. So, but at least I'm getting a bit of confidence on how to do the live, right? So you should do that. If you want to be a YouTuber, there's nothing stopping you right now to do this. You can literally open the camera and do it. Maybe you should do that and send me a video of you doing what you're doing. To be honest, I find it hard to imagine sharing my everyday life with a girl, living together, seeing together every day, etc. is kind of scary. Yeah, the thing is, I agree. Sharing, because you have to understand when you get married with someone, right? This is so like this person would know so much about you that your mom doesn't even know, right? Imagine that, because your mom knew you when you were a kid. When you get old, now she don't know you, right? There's secret things between you and your mom, right? Your mom is the closest of your family. And then with this person, with your wife, you would be so close that I don't know, you cannot do anything but that she will know that what you're doing. So it's going to be that. And this marriage concept also is, it's crazy because you get so close to the other person, is that nothing, like nothing, there's nothing else can be more closer now to me in my life ever than my wife, right? Because she's the closest person. My mom is not that close. My dad, my brother, my sister, my cousins, no one in my family is this close and than my wife. And it is scary to some point, but it will not be scary at that time because you have to be very comfortable with who you are. Okay, when you're very comfortable, you know what, like I'm, for example, you're not changing clothes in 2 days, for example, because you're lazy or whatever, you didn't shower in 2 days. It's things like that, it happens. And as a guy, it happens to everyone because we're outside, we're doing things and we get dirty and blah blah blah. But you have to be so comfortable. When you're comfortable with yourself in your body, then it'll be very easy for other person to be comfortable. And it is scary, but you have to trust that this is this is like the life cycle, right? Like nothing in this world that we have is ever alone. It's always been in a pair, right? Like animals and humans and things like that. Even Adam and Eve was a pair. So this is something we have to go through, but on the other side, it's actually a beautiful feeling, right? When you get over that fear, you will feel like you're on top of the world if you find the right person, right? Sometimes I agree. Sometimes flies, I agree. Yeah, it's kind of a time to reveal yourself once you marry. Exactly, like and the thing is, the same fear that you have, the other person will have the same fears. So it's not gonna be, it's not like she has done it, she know how to behave, she know how to do things right. No, you and her will both be figuring out together, and then um just figuring out a life, because at the end of the day, nobody figured out anything. We all figuring out as we go. When you get married, you will know, oh, this is how it feels like to be married. When you are living with a partner, it's gonna be like, oh, this is how it feels like. I was scared all along for no reason. And trust me, the thing is, when you get married, and if you have distributed your responsibilities, your life actually become a lot easier. Like I'm sure you're living on your own and making money and going to school and studying, but if you are alone, trust me, the thing and the life you're gonna have is gonna be so much easier. For me, for example, I don't have to do laundry as much now. I don't have to worry about cooking as much. And for her, it's like I don't have to worry about money as much. I don't have to worry about car problems as much. Like things are shared, and overall life get a lot easier in my opinion. So I think if you're thinking of it, I would highly recommend getting married young. But for you to get to the point you get to married, you have to do a lot of homework, right? And that's what I'm saying, to start looking into that, start getting better, start hanging out in the places that you want someone to be, that, right? For example, you want someone to be fit, so hang out in the gym section. This is where you're gonna have lucky incidents where someone will end up looking at you and reaching out to you, or you will end up looking at them and reaching out to them. I have a channel, I play games. That is great. Uh, if you have a channel and you're playing games, that is great. Um, I feel like the YouTube channels with the games, if you're not in on the videos, you should make sure you're in the videos and you're explaining what you're gonna do and making it fun for people. Because if you're just like a graphic video games happening, there's no emotional connection. Like you won't be able people won't be able to relate to you. So make sure you're in it and explaining what you're doing, how you got killed, and things of that nature. So what are two, three things you would say most people don't know about when it comes to marriage? What would you say will be the most will be surprised with? The thing is, two to three things that most people don't know about when it comes to marriage is, marriage is actually, like, wallahi, it's not as scary as you think it is. Now, it has the responsibilities. One thing that I know that I was having issues with when I was thinking to get married, and I was very scared, is how am I going to fund the marriage and how I'm gonna fund the whole person, like how I'm gonna bring the meal. I'm barely making enough money to survive on my own as a bachelor, right? When I have someone else in my life, how am I gonna freaking feed her, right? Because in Islam, it's my duty to do that, right? So then someone actually told me an ayah from a Quran where it says that you don't feed anyone in this planet. Allah do that through you, right? So if your wife is there, Allah is going to use you as wasila, and then you're going to start feeding the family. So know that you never have to be ready to get married, okay? You just have to trust the process and get in and try to figure out. If you have this mentality like, look, I'm 26, I'm 24, I'm 23, I'm gonna wait until I'm 30, then I'm gonna be ready to get married. Wrong answer. Very, very wrong. Because you will never be ready. Trust me. No matter how much money you have, how much friends you have, how many cousins you know, doesn't matter. If you don't actually take a leap of faith, you will never be ready. So um, and trust me, what you're feeling right now in terms of scarcity, you will feel the same thing when you're 30, same thing when you're 40, before you're thinking to get married. And if that is the case, why wait? Why wait? And second question, what was the best to meet and surprise with? I think the one thing that's really surprising is how life, if you have met the right person, how easy the life will become. For me, the life was like here, tough, and now it's here. It's also because the things that she's doing, she loved to do it. And those are the things I hated doing. For example, cooking. I hate cooking. I cannot stand it. I've done it for a good 8 years because I was living on my own outside of my family, my parents. But I hated that. But now that she came and moved to Canada with me, um, from Egypt, it gets so much easier for me. Um, what is the best? What happened to you? What is the best that happened to you? My wife. Yeah. I think she happened to me, and that's probably the best thing for me. I'm not sure if I am the best thing that happened to her. That question you can ask when I bring her later today on the live, but best thing would be her. What about you? What's the best thing happened to you? Guys, it's 7 o'clock. I have to get ready for the party, so I will end the the live here. But me and my wife will go live again in about 5 6 hours. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Okay. If you have any questions, I like the questions you ask. Text me or comment me here. I will, when I get to you next time with my wife, I will answer your questions. Okay.